In the beginning, there was nothing, and then there was something. And from this all began the multiverse, and one group of these was known as the Elder Scrolls multiverse. The Elder Scrolls multiverse was created by the hidden divines, people that the world does not know about. But this does not matter to us. What we're here for is to listen to another story. One of the hidden divines created a world of his own, and in it, he had probably gone too far. Let us see what story unfolded in his world. Once there was a man, a scientist, as we may call them, a man who had a dream. This man wanted catgirls. Why? The hidden divine did not think of it. He had watched way too much anime, and he was simply too far gone at that point. And this is where our story begins. The man had spent years researching, and finally he had found it. Heading to Whiterun and staying at an inn, he stayed up all night, finishing his work. And once he was done, he came to the horrible realization of what he had done. He knew he had to stop. He knew it was a big mistake. But he also didn't know that he was an absolute loser who could not stand his own against this catgirl. And so, she killed him, and took everything of his, and called it her own. And yet she did not know anything about this world, and so she decided to explore. This is where it begins. This is the story of Nuko. The first thing she did as she arrived into this world was burn herself like an idiot. After that, she went out, and it wasn't long before a train swooped down into the town. And she heroically saved the day. That was not all, for right after it all, something happened. Something extraordinary. Yes, indeed. As it may have turned out, not only was Nuko a catgirl, but also a train bomb.
I mostly deal with petty thievery and drunken brawls. Been too long since we've had a good bandit raid. Alright then.
After a few minutes of wasting everyone's time, she headed into a shrine. And there, what she saw was beyond anything any one of us could have thought of. It was Jesus Christ himself. And so began a friendship beyond what any of us would have ever thought of.
Hey mortal, I'm a god, and Jesus, may I follow you for a while? That's a wise decision.
After wasting everyone's time,
You expect me to believe that?
The biggest hypocrite in Skyrim.
the next thing that they did was head out into the open world. Here, after wasting everyone's time for another few minutes, they finally came across their first enemies. Yuko had no idea what she was up against, but she had her arrows. She was ready to face the threat. Taking out her bow and arrow, she shot at the... What the hell is that? Jesus Christ. Well, it's also not very polite. Apparently, Jesus was also a misogynist in this world. But wait, what's that? No, it cannot be. No, 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 please, this cannot be it. Oh, but it was, indeed it was. It was the fabled Nyanroot. God, why? The hidden divine must have hated everyone beyond comprehension. And then for no reason whatsoever, Nuko decided to tell Jesus to attack the giant. Of course the giant did not care. giant doesn't care. He simply wants to eat his watermelons. Okay, apparently not. But that was not the case. Jesus tried his best to shoot down the giant with his fish, but Nuka decided it was time to take out the arrow, and she realized that there was literally no damage done to the giant. Useless. And yet they persevered, and at the end, well, Nuka sort of just ran away. It was too terrifying. But they won, god damn it. They won. You got them right.
Burn, burn, burn the witch. Burn, burn, burn to ash and bone, bone. Burn the witch. Burn, burn, burn to ash and bone.
Yo, what the hell, Jesus? After a few more minutes of wasting everyone's time, they finally found their enemies again. The monocle thing, crab, weird. A one-shot kill. Excellent. Good job, Yuko.
Another test of my power.
The next thing that they did was try to attack a fort. However, it turned out that Yuko was having some problems with her vision. Of course, this did not matter, as she had the power of Jesus and anime on her side, and at the end, they were able to win.
Now I get to clean my robe again. This fight will be remembered.
Yeah, I sort of forgot what happened here. Moving on.
Yes. The air is so clear in Skyrim. One can see forever.
What a lying piece of shit. And then out of nowhere, a thief appeared. Well, of course, Yuko's idea was to run. Well, it would be quite hilarious to just make the thief run after you, just to be able to say what he wants to say. So for the time being, she ran. And it was indeed very hilarious to see the thief chase. Of course, the thief gave up after a while, at which Yuko tried to shoot him, but then he started approaching her. And so she decided to
Hand
talk.
over your valuable. Don't you walk away from me.
Well, that was rather bloody anticlimactic. And then finally, they made their way to Rorikstead. And then, finally, a quest appeared. However, this was rather boring, so I'm not even gonna go into it. After that 100% eventful day, it was time for it to end. And it was time for everyone to go home and rejoice. I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it was old. Yeah, we're done. Goodbye.